Good morning, 47. Your destination is the coastal town of Sapienza, also known as the Jewel of the Amalfi Coast. Your target is a former client of ours, Silvio Caruso, a brilliant but troubled bioengineer employed by the Ether Biotech Corporation. Renowned for his early stem cell research, Caruso is now reportedly working on a far more disturbing project. A DNA-specific virus able to infect anyone, anywhere in the world. Imagine a bullet, fired in any direction, passing through countless bodies without inflicting harm, invisible and undetectable until it strikes its target. A world of armchair assassins killing with impunity. This is what awaits us, unless Caruso is stopped. Our client, one of Ether's major private stockholders, wants the project cancelled on ethical grounds, but without destroying the company in the process. She has asked us to eliminate Silvio Caruso and destroy the yet unfinished virus prototype. You will also need to deal with Caruso's lab head, Francesca DeSantis, a high-level Ether employee and cutthroat corporate climber who holds intimate knowledge of Caruso's research and could potentially carry on in his place. This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare. Welcome to Sapienza, 47. Silvio Caruso's family home is right across the square. The bioengineer suffers from acute travel phobia, so the Ether Corporation has installed a state-of-the-art field laboratory somewhere below ground. Expect security levels to rise as you get closer to the virus. 47.
Buongiorno, agents. We have a serious mission ahead of us today to prevent the mother of all bioweapons from being unleashed. Thankfully for us, Signor Caruso has plenty of neuroses for us to exploit. Just to the right of the villa gives us an easy mode of access.
Rocco! Get down here this minute! You can't be late for your first day!
Relax, it's all good. Gotta put some pants on.
Oh, why aren't you wearing any pants? Never mind. Just get down here, we'll both be in trouble.
Oh, please. Like, you wanna wait on that weirdo Caruso for the rest of your life? Come on, you gotta think big, sis. This, man, all this here is just temporary.
You are impossible, you know that? That weirdo happens to be our boss. Now show some respect and get your ass in here. Pronto, it's lunchtime.
Okay. Don't get it. I'll be right there.
Oh, how I can love someone that useless.
Chef Marcello Ray has hired a new kitchen hand by recommendation, and the two have yet to meet. Could be a convenient way to infiltrate the mansion. FYI, according to our research, Chef Marcello has been trying to replicate Isabella Caruso's famous home cooking, but Silvio Caruso is not impressed. I suggest you give him a helping hand.
Head to the top of the stairs and crack the door. Rocco won't move from his spot smoking on the balcony, so grab his outfit from the bed and his key from the table. Do be careful, as the sister will be in and out to yell at Rocco, and there's every chance that she'll rumble you.
I don't like your face.
Head inside via the side door and introduce yourself to the chef.
Chef Marcello. I'm the new kitchen hand. Sorry I'm late.
You're damn right you are. Never mind. You can finish this tomato sauce.
Get my souffles out of the oven right.
I see. Cheers. When you're done, bring the dinner.
Sure thing, boss. I'll give it some.
You can find some love on the back counter. Don't use it just yet though. Instead, go to the pantry and grab one of the tins off the box from the floor. An expired can of spaghetti sauce. Looks like it was bought while Isabella Caruso was still alive. It appears the legend of her family recipe is somewhat exaggerated. Drop whichever you please into the food and then go out front of the kitchen to ring the lunch bell.
Caruso will be coming to lunch shortly. His last meal, I presume.
This town looks like a freaking white telephone.
Fun fact, depending on if you give Caruso the poison or the expired sauce, he'll react differently.
Lunch is served. Pasta bolognese. The Caruso style. Wow. Terrible. Just awful. My dear mother. How butchered her family recipe. Getting on for death day anniversary. Heart.
She is served. Pasta, Villa Caruso style.
This again. Well, do show some patience. I can't appreciate that. Why, this is excellent. My mother's recipe. You got it right in the end. Huzzah.
Well, it was simply a matter of breaking down.
Mr. Ray, it's soft, not right.
But either way, that sauce is close to 20 years old. Give him a shove, and that's one target down already.
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
Around the garden and into this little outbuilding, you'll find a regular love nest has been prepared.
Francesca DeSantis is evidently having an affair with Caruso's golf coach, Roberto Vargas. A notorious ladies' man, Vargas has turned DeSantis' bedroom into a candlelit love nest and plans to call on her after his golf lesson with Caruso. Well, she should know better than to mix business with pleasure.
Roberto can be found walking back and forth around the garden. To get him out of the way, you can either spike his drink that he leaves next to the pool, or knock out this guard on the lower section and drag Roberto into the bushes.
Yeah, that's it. Forceful, laconic, manly. Francesca. Francesca. I know. I'm not the one who calls. I did say that, but hey, a guy can change. So, did you get my message? Music to my ears. We'll meet up in your room, okay? I'll call you as soon as Caruso lets me off the hook. He's unusually patient today. No, please. Surprise me. Ciao, Bella.
Take his disguise and his phone and head back to the bordello.
It's me.
Roberto, Silvio let you off early.
I want us to meet. Your room.
I should say no.
But you won't. See you soon.
Drop the poison in her drink and wait. With the dim mood lighting, she'll never know your true identity.
That is Francesca DeSantis.
Candles, my favorite. You are impossible, Roberto. Look, don't talk. Just listen for a second. I like you, Roberto. You're a lot of fun, and I could even see this under the right circumstances. The situation, it's complicated. You see, Ether, the company I work for, they didn't just send me here to assist Caruso. They sent me here to spy on him. They fear he is becoming a liability. A threat, even. And from what I have seen so far, I think they might be right. This could be dangerous, and I thought you deserved to know. So, well, now you know. Now, my bosses, they say you are a distraction, and they want me to break it off. So, I don't feel so. Roberto, where did you get that bottle?
Two targets down. Now destroy the virus.
Now to deal with the virus. The easiest way in is to grab Francesca's card from her body and go to the far end of the garden. Drop down the broken section of the bridge and hang a right. Take out this camera and let yourself in. On the right is a fuse box, and on the left, a hiding spot. Doesn't take a galaxy intellect to figure this one out.
This looks like no problem.
Ether's field lab. You made it. The virus prototype will be close by. Look for some type of quarantine unit.
There are three main ways to deal with the virus. We'll take them on in order of likelihood that you'd try them. For the first method, sneak your way through the field lab. This does require a bit of clever manoeuvring, as many of the lab technicians are enforcers. On the left side of the quarantine unit, you can slip under the walkway via this little flooded segment and pop up behind the enforcer, who would otherwise stop you from getting through. On a side note, I promise the brightness in this game is as high as it'll go, and tweaking it in post just makes it look like garbage. I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best out here. Take the hazard suit and enter the quarantine zone.
There. Your sealed container. The virus prototype.
You'll need to sabotage two pieces of research equipment to get those two scientists away from the console. At the far end there's a robotic arm. Grab the two red samples with the arm to set that off.
Warning, dangerous compound. Warning, dangerous compound. Processing.
If you have any rat poison handy, you can also poison the lab rats, but it's much easier to just tamper with the computer at the opposite corner to get the same result. Either way, once both are distracted, you can turn off the refrigerator unit and kill the virus.
The lab requires. All objectives complete. Now head towards an exit.
The next method is about as simple as it gets. From the seaplane dock, you can go right and tuck yourself in amongst these boxes. See that back there? Pull your pistol and shoot the stalactite. It'll plunge right through the roof and smash the whole unit to bits. Now, this method does carry some risk, as it will set off the alarm and you're pretty deep behind enemy lines while the place is going nuts. The final method involves climbing these stairs to the top of the security hut and taking this note behind the laptop. A clipboard with the lab's safety protocol. To prevent a disastrous outbreak, a kill switch has been installed. One push of a key and the virus instantly overheats and dies. However, the laptop that controls the kill switch requires an access dongle, and the scientist who holds this has left a note that reads, "Gone to church." I'll leave this one up in the air for now, as it will be important later. This story couldn't be easier. From the kitchen, you can sneak easily into the back door of the observatory, go to the upper floor and listen in on the two housekeepers.
I didn't know Caruso was so old school.
Oh, those. They're all, old family clips from his childhood. You know, camcorder stuff. I don't know, he used to watch them all the time on his old projector.
Oh, well, my cousin does digital conversions in his basement. He'd probably give him a good price.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Caruso put the tapes away after his mental breakdown. The doctors didn't think it was a good idea for him, you know, seeing his mother's ghost and all.
Oh, right. Well, if we could borrow the projector sometime, I have a bunch of old horror films on DVD. I've got The Haunting of Buildingwood Manor.
Hey, nice. You are on, my friend.
According to staff, Caruso has a nostalgic streak and keeps a crate of VHS tapes from his childhood somewhere in the observatory. Apparently, he used to watch them on the projector, but stopped after his mental breakdown. I suggest you locate those tapes. Could be just what we need.
From here you can also listen to Caruso dictating his biography.
Draft 1. Notes on the Samael project. Ongoing. I can no longer claim objective detachment. I am deeply, profoundly immersed in the project. Sometimes when I look at my creation through the microscope, I feel like I'm gazing into the proverbial abyss, and the abyss gazes back. Yet, my monster is nothing like Oppenheimer's. The entire film was brutish and tyrannical. Mine is democratic. It will turn everything around. Ether thinks they can control it, but they can't. I won't let them. This is a weapon for the powerless. In this time, the bullies, with all their money and all their strength, will not be the ones to define the future.
This guy thinks he's the new Oppenheimer and he's loving it. Friggin' psycho. The tapes you need are at the top, inside the observatory dome. Go back downstairs, stick the tape into the player, and then quickly do a 180 and take the Plague Doctor disguise.
Very becoming, 47. Now keep still. Caruso won't be long.
What's this? I don't remember leaving the projector on.
I put 47 spices in the pasta. It still tastes like ashes in my mouth. I hang my head and cry.
I got rid of these.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Was there a tape in the machine?
That summer night in Napoli, with the Ellicats serenading our love. Now I prowl the streets around your house like a beast in the night. You are all that I'm thinking of.
You're all
I stand outside you.
Please leave the observatory. I have very important.
Won't you hear me? Won't you see? Ritorna.
Leave now.
I'm begging you, come back to me. Ritorna.
Look at you.
I follow you, I'm watching you. Ritorna. Come back to me, or I will find 47 ways to make you mine.
Believe me, Sylvia. You'll get stronger.
it on best. There were candles burning when we made love. I see you lighting candles now as your feet get past those dirty hands.
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
Make sure you ditch the plague doctor disguise before you leave. It's actually one of the worst outfits in the game, as everywhere is considered trespassing while you're wearing it. All the way back in town, stick your nose into the hair salon to hear this exchange.
You didn't tell me your cousin was back in town.
Ah, do I detect a certain attraction to the dashing private detective from Milan?
Oh, what of it? He's cute.
Actually, well, I really shouldn't tell you this, but he's here about a case. The client is Francesca DeSantis. You know, the female doctor that's staying at Villa Caruso.
Really? Wonder what she wants with a snoop.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, okay? Where'd you see him anyway?
Couple of streets over, sleeping on a bench.
Yeah.
According to
Well,
our
Sal for you.
research, Sal
Always was a
Falcone,
night
a
hawk.
private investigator from Milan, has performed services for Silvio Caruso in the past. The question is, does Falcone still work for Caruso, or does DeSantis have an agenda of her own? Only one way to find out.
You'll find Falcone snoozing just around the corner. Toggle the radio to wake him up.
Miss DeSantis, Sal Falcone. Sorry for the delay. I needed to tie up some few loose ends. Yeah, I just got into town. Down at the pier? Sure. Straight away? All right, no time like the present. See you in a bit. Sexy voice.
Sal will now take a very long and very winding route through town to the pier with plenty of chances to take his clothes. Fun fact, being a detective, Mr. Falcone will be suspicious of 47 no matter what he wears, even your base suit in a public area. Either way, once you have his clothes, wait at the pier for Francesca to appear.
Good thinking, 47. DeSantis will arrive shortly. This is one time the Dame Wolf, the detective.
Ah, Mr. Falcone. Looking slightly out of place.
So, what's this about?
Oh, walk with me. This is all too public for my tastes.
She'll lead you into this tunnel for a private chat.
This is far enough. Mr. Falcone, what I am about to ask you might be highly unorthodox.
Go on.
About a month ago, Silvio Caruso hired you for an acquisition job. I need to know what exactly it was you acquired and why.
I'm afraid I can't do that. PI, confidentiality.
I am willing to pay you handsomely. You could retire, hire others to dig through garbage.
Don't think so. I like to get my hands dirty.
If you wanted to claim the moral high ground, you could have done so over the phone. Saved us both a trip. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Then deal with her as you please. Now, obviously 47 doesn't know the details of Falcone's dealings with Caruso. What if you let them actually meet?
Right. Mr. Falcone, what I am about to ask you might be considered unethical.
Please, you know how I spend most of my nights? On top of a garbage can, shooting pictures through the window of a strip club. I mean, I'm one step above an ambulance chaser, so just, shoot.
Very well. About a month ago, Silvio Caruso hired you for an acquisition job. I need to know what exactly it was you acquired. And I'm willing to pay you handsomely.
All right, I'll tell you. It's not not just for the money. It was a strange request. Never sat right with me. Felt wrong.
Tell me what happened.
Well, it's late at night. Caruso, he hands me a list. You know, like a list of names. Wants me to get DNA samples. You know, blood, hair, saliva, skin samples. Naturally, I ask what it's for, and he goes vague. Calls it a research study. Yeah, I know he's at least half lying, but I'm strapped for cash, so I take the job.
So, these names, who are they?
That's the strange bit. A school teacher, an environmental lawyer, a graphics designer. There's one guy, he rescues sea turtles. You know, I ask him what gives, and I'll never forget his answer. He says, all bullies grow up, Mr. Falcone, and their crimes are forgotten. But sometimes the weak turn strong, and the tables are turned.
I was right. All those kids who did him wrong, he's getting back at all of them. Thank you, Mr. Falcone. You have done well. I must go now.
Now, what did Caruso say before about bullies? Sounds to me like he's on the verge of going full supervillain. This is corroborated if you use the undercover as mansion guard start. You can listen to this conversation that Francesca has over the phone.
More and more erratic. In many ways, Caruso is still a child. A scared, angry little boy with the power of God at his fingertips. I am almost certain now that he killed his mother. Strangled her in a fit of rage. How long before he turns that rage towards us? If Dr. Lafayette pulls off a miracle, fine. Otherwise, I see little choice but to go the other way. Well, you wanted my recommendation. Excuse me, that is none of your concern. Roberto is a distraction, nothing more. I am well aware. It's quite to be expected. Caruso is not exactly used to female company, is he? Believe me, everything is under control. Now, if you'll pardon me, there's something I need to investigate.
Sounds to me like 47 didn't even need to be here. Next to the kitchen, you can hear these two housekeepers chatting.
Yes. Best to leave that room. It's a family heirloom. The late Mrs. Caruso was very attached to it. Used to listen to her old classical records during dinner.
Didn't figure Mr. Caruso as a nostalgic type.
Oh my God, please. Have you not seen her old room upstairs? Totally awesome. Actually, I have quite a story for you about that room and the gramophone. Just not here. Ask me later. I'll tell you over drinks.
Ooh, can't wait.
Go indoors and find your way to the first floor. In the north corner is the late Mrs. Caruso's room, and on the desk can be found the medical journal.
According to the medical journal, Caruso suffered a breakdown last year. He claims to have found his mother's favourite record playing in the empty dining hall and seen her chairlift move by itself. Upon hearing the service bell ring in Isabella's old bedroom, Caruso entered alone and was later found unconscious by his staff. He claims to have no recollection of what he witnessed inside. Now that is interesting.
Simple enough. The only problem is all three phases of the lure are considered illegal actions, and Caruso is paranoid enough that he's an enforcer to all the house staff, so timing is key. Step 1, the gramophone at the south side of the dining hall. Make sure to use the chairlift from the top of the stairs so you don't attract the attention of the butler. Christ, that's loud. Oil your joints, people. Before you fire the last step, turn on the fan to make the chair rock on its own. Then ring the bell and hide.
Good show, 47. Now do put the poor soul out of his misery.
Is anyone in here? Mother.
It's you! It's really you! It just happened.
Just a bit of casual psychological torment before the end. Bit of a quick one here, as it's more of a means than an end itself. Head into the church and listen to the confession.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 7 days since my last confession.
Speak, child.
Yesterday, I made a mistake. I made a mistake and a man lost his life. A good man. Someone I knew. It was just a tiny little slip-up where I work, but even a small mistake can be catastrophic. They took him to the chapel morgue, and I want to pay my respects. Say how sorry I am. But he's dead, Father, and nothing I say will bring him back. If I go, am I merely being selfish?
Grief is for the living, not the dead. You do whatever you need to do, because his sorrow has ended, and yours has not.
Thank you, Father.
An accident at the Ether Lab has claimed the life of a scientist. His body is currently stored at the town morgue, and a guilt-ridden colleague plans to visit there to pay her respects. Between them, these two have everything we need to infiltrate the field lab.
Poor lady. The morgue is the little outbuilding to the side of the church.
Step aside. I need to see the deceased.
I'm under orders not to let anybody in until Ether's people have signed off on the corpse, ma'am. Could be contagious.
Nonsense. I am Ether's people. The corpse, as you so delicately put it, was my friend. Now I am going to say my goodbyes.
All right, fine, lady. If something happens, it's on you.
It's already on me.
Hide on the gurney or in the coffin and wait for the grieving scientist to come in.
You're dead, and you still look stressed out. DeSantis asked me if I'm still committed. Like we're on a crusade. We say this virus will end all war, but the truth is, we have no idea, and we don't care. We're just monkeys poking the unknown with a stick, and what of it? There is nothing as potent as an idea whose time has come. No, I don't have second thoughts. But still, being here, I wonder. Hey, if God is mad, give me a heads up, will you? Anyway, goodbye, Malcolm. I'm really sorry.
Once you take her down, she'll drop both the Biolab key card and the password dongle for that emergency laptop we mentioned a while ago. The true use of that will be clear soon. Head for the quarantine unit just like last time, and wait to one side of the control desk.
So walk me through this?
Right. Well, this is the control panel for the air purification system. We're at a critical stage of development, and we keep the central lab perpetually doused in chemicals.
In case of an outbreak.
Yes. We use a unique compound that breaks down the protein coating, which protects the virus, effectively killing it by damaging its DNA and RNA, so it neither infects cells nor replicates within the cells.
Belts and suspenders, huh?
You better believe it. In its natural state, the prototype could infect and kill everyone inside this lab in a matter of minutes. The most ferocious organism you've ever seen. now all we have to do is tame it. Anyway, the air purification system clears the toxin, so you can enter without a hazmat suit. Just don't do it unless you're in a hurry.
Thank you. Noted.
In case of an accident, the central lab unit is kept perpetually doused in chemicals to stop the virus prototype from spreading. Entering without a hazmat suit is sure to be lethal. The air purification system is able to clear the toxin, but the controls are only operated by senior lab personnel.
Repeat the same steps from way back when, distracting the hazard unit staff and killing the virus. With Francesca still alive, she'll be called down to the lab to inspect the situation. Head back to the control desk and turn on the fans. This one might be a bit finicky, as the scientist who checks the control desk is an enforcer. Thankfully there's a blend-in spot just to the right.
Ah, hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you. Do you know who ate all the donuts?
When the nosy bugger finally leaves, toggle the fans again.
Doctor, good to see you.
Nasty way to go. A nice simple one here. Follow the road left from the starting plaza to the crashed van. Looks like that was a narrow escape. He nearly went off the edge.
Big mansion up in Sapienza, richest family on the coast. Come on, Dante, just do this for me. Those flowers have to be delivered today, and Mr. Caruso is a loyal customer. If we lose his business...
Today is the anniversary of Isabella Caruso's death. Silvio Caruso will be visiting her grave and has ordered a fresh bouquet of flowers. His visit would be a good time to catch him alone. That is, provided the flowers ever arrive.
Working on my story. Yeah, later.
Grab any of the flowers from the spill and knock out the courier. The other courier will be too busy looking after the stunned cyclist, and no one else comes out this way. But just drag him into the bushes to be safe.
Flower delivery for Silvio Caruso.
The courier does need to be frisked to get into the mansion, so if you want to keep your gun for whatever reason, you'll need to get into the mansion via the ruined wall outside. Just hop up the ledge, into the window, and you're clear.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Approach the front door and talk to the butler.
Flowers for Mr. Caruso.
Ah, excellent. You can leave them on Mrs. Caruso's grave in the garden. Come along, I'll show you the way. Such a devoted son.
Mind the camera at the top of the
So, down the stairs near the cliff. You can't miss it. I will inform Senor Caruso. You will be pleased, no doubt.
Place the flowers and hide until Caruso arrives.
47. This should keep Caruso distracted for a while.
Sir, stop that now.
Breathing down my neck. No, don't argue. Just get out. Go.
I'm being stealthy, fuck off!
it was all too late. Guess what, brother? Worse fates than yours have befallen members of the human species. Others have managed to bear the burden more gracefully. You made me feel I was worthless.
The guards are miles away by now, so be as rough with Caruso as you need. And deal with the body via the conveniently nearby
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
From the starting plaza, turn around and go up the stairs to the ice cream shop. This handsome devil in tweed is our target.
Dr. Lafayette speaking. Just so. I'm outside Villa Caruso now, enjoying a coffee in the sun. Lovely town. So, anything I should know about Dr. Caruso before our first session? I was briefed on his anxiety attacks, his genophobia. Very well. Don't you worry. Caruso is not the first troubled genius I have turned around. Just look at Jordan Cross. I'll have young Silvio calm and serene in no time.
It seems Ether Management is concerned about Silvio Caruso's mental health, no doubt due to his mental breakdown last year. They have hired world-renowned psychologist Dr. Oscar Lafayette to treat the neurotic bioengineer. The session will no doubt take place in private, and furthermore, our records show that Caruso and Lafayette have not previously met.
Perfect timing. This waiter has just headed downstairs for a smoke. Inside the gelato shop is a unit of emetic poison. Sugar for your coffee, sir?
Just want to soak up the sun, relax, have a few drinks later.
I feel horrible. I mean, I could die for this. I don't want to die.
You're not feeling good, are you? Yeah, you know what I always do when I feel under the weather? Herbal tea. Yeah.
They put a lot of dough in it.
Alright, Professor 47 on deck.
Dr. Oscar Lafayette, here to see Mr. Caruso.
The good doctor also requires a frisk. So again, if you're going for the 45 therapy challenge, you'll need to sneak in via the tower.
What's up,
But
Doc?
once that's done, chat with the butler and you'll be shown upstairs.
Oscar Lafayette. I have an appointment with Mr. Caruso.
Ah, yes. Senor Caruso has been informed of your arrival. Please, follow me. I shall take you to his quarters. And may I say, it is well that you are here, Doctor. The Master has not been himself lately. I only hope you are as good as they say.
Don't worry, I am.
Senor Caruso's private quarters. I will be downstairs if needed. Best of luck.
A private therapy session with Caruso. Nicely done, 47.
The renowned Dr. Oscar Lafayette.
Mr. Caruso, shall we begin?
If you insist. So, Ether sends a specialist to rummage through my brain. They must think I'm losing it again.
Relax. Start by telling me what's on your mind.
Isn't it obvious? I'm under a lot of pressure. Work. Mother died last year. Stress manifests itself in the strangest ways, I am told.
Your mother, Isabella. Would you like to talk about her?
Look, I know what you're driving at. My neuroses, my anxiety, my social phobias. Not the least my pathological fear of women. It's all deeply rooted.
Go on.
I had a girlfriend, you know. In high school. Pretty, too. Popular. And I was shy. Bookish. It shouldn't have worked. Not outside those stupid teen dramedies. But it did. For a short while, anyway. Then Mother decided that Emilio wasn't a good influence on me. So she paid the gardener's son to seduce her. He was 20, roguish, rode a motorcycle. Mother, she had pictures taken, showed them to me on prom night. Romantic love is fleeting, she said. Only a mother's love endures. What do you want me to say? I loved my mother. I hated my mother. Same as everybody else.
Isabella bullied you, shamed and belittled you, made you feel like a failure. All to keep you, a last and loyal son, from ever leaving too.
Stop it! I don't want to hear it.
Your mother was a monster. Is that not why you killed her?
What? How dare you?
You couldn't breathe. She smothered you, so you smothered her. Is that how it happened?
Yes! Right. I did it. I did it. Are you happy now? Is that supposed to be cathartic? Well, guess again, Doctor. Back to the drawing board.
I think we have made some excellent progress.
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
If I may indulge in a little armchair psychology, Caruso speaks in short bursts and sudden halts. He's used to being talked over or shouted down. Poor bastard. From Caruso's room you can grab a housekeeper disguise and take this pipe upstairs. Then listen to the two guards next to the safe.
This is impossible.
Just look for a combination code like Ms. DeSantis said. Caruso's absent-minded. Likes to write things down.
Yeah, but he wouldn't just leave it lying around for the cleaning staff to find. Could be jewelry and stuff inside.
Staff wouldn't even know about the safe. They never come up here. That being said, if I was the doc, keep the code downstairs in my office. Bedroom.
On his phone?
Yeah, well, DeSantis says try, okay? So, just try.
Huh. I thought it was a good idea, too.
The Ether Corporation clearly doesn't trust Caruso, and have ordered their proxy, DeSantis, to spy on him. Paranoid or not, the content of Caruso's safe is sure to be useful.
The code isn't far away. It's just downstairs in Francesca's office. Crack the safe and take the DNA sample. Hair and skin belonging to Francesca DeSantis. Caruso appears to be collecting DNA material on his closest allies as some sort of security policy. No doubt DeSantis would like to know about this. It seems that none are safe from Caruso's wrath. Any disguise will do, but Lafayette's is the easiest to get around in.
Ah, Miss DeSantis, isn't it? I found this lying around. It appears to have your name on it.
My God. Thank you, Doctor. Truly.
Well done, 47. This should keep DeSantis distracted for a while.
Oh, Silvio. Can't believe I actually actually admired you. Keep my hair in a bag, you bastard. Thanks for relieving me of my guilt when I have you killed.
Just wait for DeSantis to move to the little balcony here before giving her the sample.
Miss DeSantis, isn't it?
This should give you enough time to get back upstairs to the attic and grab one of the propane flasks. Then when she goes to burn the sample, blow her sky fucking high! Yeah!
2 targets down.
From the planning menu, have a sniper rifle dropped wherever you please. Grab it and transport it up to the top of the church bell tower. You see this panel on the side of the observatory? Blast it with the rifle to open up the dome. If you don't have a silenced rifle, vault the ledge and wait for the church guard to come and go.
Command, area is clear. Please advise. Over.
When Silvio's in position, you'll see the ever so faint image of an eye appear in the telescope.
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
Now head into town and wake up Falcone. Once he's moving, go back to the tower and wait for DeSantis to arrive at the pier. Simple and clean. Starting undercover in the gardens, go towards the gravesite and turn right to go over the bridge, then right again into the bushes. Dotted all over the castle will be cannonballs and bags of powder. You will need 3 of each. First, Caruso. Load up the northernmost cannon with shot and powder, then wait. When Caruso comes to practice his drive, let him have it. Second, DeSantis. As with the sniper assassin run, head into town and trigger the detective. Since you have to run across the length of the map, you will need to get a move on here. Load the middle cannon that's facing the pier, and when Francesca arrives, let her have it too. Third, okay, so here I was going to show off the aeroplane challenge, where you shoot Caruso down while he's making his escape via the seaplane. What you're supposed to do is either wound but do not kill Caruso, or trigger the alarm in the lab. Either way is supposed to set off lockdown and Caruso will run for his escape. I don't know what happened, but for me, he'll just be taken to what appears to be the upper lab area, hang around there for a while, and then return to his normal routine. I even triggered the alarm, shot him in the shoulder, fired the cannon right at him, and shot him in the bum, and he would not move. Suit-only Silent Assassin for this mission is a bit tricky, but not for the reasons you'd expect. Starting in the plaza, go to the church, hide on the gurney, and wait for the lab tech to come in. Take her down, grab the dongle and the card. Then go wake up Falcone and race him to the pier. Get comfy in the bin. This will take a minute. As soon as their conversation is over, jump out and grab DeSantis for an easy takedown. Head out of the tunnel and hug the right wall. Go up the stairs and up the pipe to get to the ICA safe house. Take Rocco's key, then back down the way you came to get into the mansion via the kitchen basement. get caught by this random civvy because somehow she has intimate knowledge of who is and isn't allowed to have mansion keycards, and seeing a random stranger from the back is enough to make her want to call the cops. Time your way carefully out of the window through the kitchen and into the observatory. Head up top, grab the nostalgia tape, slap it in the player, and wait for Caruso to dismiss the guards. Both targets down, now for the virus. Now go back out the observatory to the lunch table and wait for this guard to turn around to go look for Caruso. Except he won't actually move. I don't know if it's just me, but during all of my practice runs, this guard won't go anywhere. He'll just turn on the spot and stare at the wall. Either way, sneak around his back and go down the stairs to the field lab. Now for the second glitch guard. This one is one of Francesca's retinue, and he's bugged out looking for her and will not move. Again, this happened during all of my practice runs. Thankfully it's an easy enough fix. Go back up the stairs to take the fire axe from the cabinet. Chucking it across his line of sight does seem to reset his AI and he'll get moving again. Hang a right, sneak past the shotgun guy and down the pipe. Up the stairs of the security office and knock out the technician. Stow him in the pelican case behind you. Then delete the virus and run like hell. You can either take the seaplane right there, or if you don't feel confident, run out of the mouth of the cave, over the rocks, to the castle, and take the speedboat that's around the back. Like I said, it's tricky, but not because of actually anything challenging, mostly just a weird pathing nonsense. But victory is ours regardless. Next time I'll see you in Morocco. Thank you, good night, and much love.
Ether Security's in the dark about the incident. A few at the company knew about the virus, not even the board. Must have been someone at the lab. I understand. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Boss is unhappy. I followed you from Italy. I guess when you're invisible, you stop looking over your shoulder.
You did this.
Iago exposed you. ICA did the heavy lifting. I just pulled some strings.
Yeah, your mind. How do you expect...
I play dirty. That's how you defeat a stronger opponent. You strike from behind. Now give me the key.
You have a family? Trust me, if there's a weakness, Providence will find it.
I'll take my chances. The key.
Fine. Won't do you much good.
It's funny. Cobb said the same thing. Thank you, messenger.
Don't. I just killed you.
Then we're even.